you're almost the A side of the cassette, let's say, between you and 1PW as an entity, as a brand, as marketing. So, can I ask, why have you said yes to go into 1PW? Like, what is that motivation? Is it just purely money?
There's always money, of course, but just more importantly, I think it's about the respect, right? Trust me when I say this. Like, whatever goes through British wrestling right now, it revolves around me. And 1PW coming in with the big money and the big name and the big legacy, then sure enough, championships are probably going to follow. Alright, mate, what's going on? Hey, long time no see. Yeah, lovely seeing you.
Year in
You
advance.
good? Yeah, it has been. I haven't seen you since the Robbo promo. Come on in.
You might take your shoes off. Oh, you filming me already?
Got the cameraman with me, yeah, he's already on it.
Your shoes off as well, mate. Yeah, push up!
So, Will, you know, obviously, we've heard from Robbie X in saying some lines about you where he'd gone to you for some advice, asking what he needed to do to get to that next level. And I know that he was reeling off things like you told him to lose some weight, get some new gear. But he says up until this point, he's done all that and he's not heard any feedback ever since from you.
This is going to be a hard one. He is right on all of it. Like, he's right on all of that, but I didn't say it that nicely. I just told him straight, bruv, you're fat. Bruv, your gear looks terrible. And the main thing is that you need to act more like me. And, like, credit where credit's due, guy's got phenomenal abs now, so he listened there. And, like, the costume looks great now. He's starting to look more like a pro wrestler, but now there's a difference between acting like Will Ospreay and actually being Will Ospreay, because that becomes pressure from there, bruv. Do you understand? Pressure. Dealing in those big match situations, which I've done multiple upon multiple upon multiple times. I don't think you've ever done it, bruv. I think that's where we separate right there. You've never had the world's eyes on you the way that Will Ospreay has the world's eyes on him constantly. Everywhere I go, eyes are all on me. So this is where Robbie now is going to have the world's eyes on him. Congratulations, you've just graduated from the little kid table, but you might have bit off more than you can chew, bruv.
Well, I want to follow that up now with the fact that when you was announced for 1PW, how do you feel that it was Robbie X that basically requested to have this match with you, wanted to be that first guy to have, you know, this big headline match with Will Ospreay? Maybe, I don't know, people might think he's bitten off more than he can chew, but he seems to think he is 1PW. He's from the academy. He's painted in the colours. He's going to be in his hometown of Lincoln. Does that have any effect?
Nah, bruv. Like, with all due respect, man, like, you're talented. You're one of the best. And like, King of the Cruiserweights, it fits you perfectly, bruv, right? You're a cruiserweight, I'm a heavyweight. So straight away, we're going to have a big old difference there. But, like, I understand if people want to, like, come up against Will Ospreay, because they see guys like Kenny Omega beat Will Ospreay, and they see, like, guys like Okada beat Will Ospreay, and they think that they're on the same level. Bruv, there's a difference. There is a huge gap of existence between those two levels. Just because you're in your hometown doesn't mean the stats change. Doesn't mean the titles change. Everything that surrounds my name is legit. And it's bigger than 1PW. It's bigger than Robbie X. Sure, bigger than Lincoln. It's bigger than anyone can actually understand. I say it every single time. But when I actually say I'm on another level, that doesn't mean that it's obtainable. That's the difference. Robbie X can be the king of cruiserweights. Hell, I've done that. I've written that book, wore the t-shirt, gone all around the world doing it. I graduated from that like 3 years ago. So you're 3 years too slow. And for somebody called, what was it, Lightspeed? That's his little nickname that he's going on, Lightspeed. Bruv, I invented that before you was even considered one of the top in the country. So here's the difference. It's time for you to put your big boy pants on, your brand new costume, put a mask underneath that six fab that you've got there, and just prepare. Prepare, because this is the biggest moment of your life. But to me, it's Saturday.
And if I may get your, I don't know, like your opinion. You know, you're definitely a high level wrestler, the biggest in this country, I would go as far to say. And what was your feelings on the return of 1PW last October, the return after so many years on October 1st? I know you, at that very same day, was actually here in London at Royal Quest. What was your feelings been on the return of 1PW, and what can you say about the history that you know of?
I think they sold some DVDs once upon a time. They was like quite a big deal, right? Do you realise what year we're living in? We're living in 2023 right now, okay? You guys died, what, 10 years ago? 15 years ago? Something along those lines. You guys died a long time ago, and you couldn't stand the test of time. Not only do I stand the test of time, I fucking make the test of time revolve around me and whatever I do. 1PW, hey, look, you guys are great, and I'm sure your fan base is incredible, but we're going to be real for a second. We don't compare. I'm bigger than 1PW. I'm bigger than anything in British wrestling right now. I'm the Billy Goat for a reason. I don't give myself these cute little nicknames, right? The world gives me these little nicknames. You guys called yourself One Pro Wrestling. There's only one professional wrestler that matters in this world, bruv. And it's me. So while I respect 1PW's legacy, while I respect the money that you're giving me, like, the difference is I own the throne to British wrestling. I am the gatekeeper. And you guys have just put up another gate that I've got to keep. So you're more than welcome to send Robbie X hell, send the entire roster. Just know that when it's all said and done, mate, one professional stands among the rest.
And in following that, I would just like to ask, I mean, you're saying you're almost the A side of the cassette, let's say, between you and 1PW as an entity, as a brand, as marketing. So can I ask, why have you said yes to going to 1PW? Like, what is that motivation? Is it just purely money?
There's always money, of course, but just more importantly, I think it's about the respect, right? Trust me when I say this, like, whatever goes through British wrestling right now, it revolves around me. And 1PW coming in with the big money and the big name and the big legacy, then sure enough, championships are probably going to follow. I am the greatest British wrestler that has ever lived. Name them all. They haven't done the things that I have done. They haven't walked a mile in my shoes. So following this, I know gold comes with it. I'm a man that loves something around my waist.